You must have a skill which is technical. If you know how to run the console, it's going to be easier for you to do that. You must know most of the essential tools that they need in order to make up a flow. You as a radio DJ must know how to run that console. There are so many features that most people don't know, including the darkening system. Actually, that is very important. And most people, I've seen most of the DJs looking for that darkening system. That darkening system is not an easy one. Most people look for it, but it's not there. And that's why you see people now doing this, fading and fade out. You're going to destroy the machine for nothing. That tool is inside that console. You understand? Now, you are supposed to learn. I think one of the few things is to learn how to use the console. But one of these days, I don't think whether we are provided enough time to learn the console. What most people are looking for is to go on air. All of us have the anxiety of going on air. So you don't get a chance to learn some of these few things. But I recall one day when I was starting radio, the first thing I did was to learn all the machines. Even the machines that were not meant for me at that particular time, I had to learn them. Within 2 weeks, I knew everything how to run. That's how passion was for me, for radio. Because my own mind was telling me that if I learn if I learn the machines, then I'll be able to control everything. Yeah, so after learning the machines, then I had to embark on how I can tell a story, how I can present a show. I think those machines is very essential, right? You must learn how to do the software. You saw how Dylan was doing it. Dylan, all their hands are very busy, right?
Yes.
And that's the problem that most actually presenters have. They normally use one hand. Yeah, I can know the person that is a rookie if he or she operates with one hand. That you can easily know that that's a rookie. You understand? So, but as radio DJs, we're supposed to use both our hands. When is doing, because there's a lot of work in there. You are doing this, you're doing the other side, you're handling the phone, you're calling somebody, talking to them, and then the computer has to select who is the next song. So it's brain work, 150%. You are very, very busy. You are multitasking, in other words. Yeah. So that's the beauty about radio DJing or radio presenter, which we call self-op. Self-op means you operate it by yourself. You don't need a producer, but rather you doing everything, which actually in turn is called multitasking. You understand? So basically that's very important. Flow, keep the flow, keep the flow. Everything must be in tune, right? We don't need what we call silence. Silence is one of the biggest sins as far as radio is very concerned. So silence, when we are doing it in production, it has its own meaning, right? That's when those of you who are doing production and your producers, silence is part of the story. Understand? So basically, that's a recap of what we had that was yesterday.